make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me.
Alright, welcome to day 15. And as you just saw in that time lapse, me and Naima have basically done a lot of work on the insulation on the inside roof. So let me show you, it's really awesome. It's a little dark. I'll show you a better image tomorrow, but basically we've insulated the whole roof. We've also put some of the spray foam in all the cracks on it, so it should be good and well done and fully insulated. We've done everything until the back. Ran out of the big pieces of insulation there. Have only a bunch of small pieces left, so I need to get some more. But that was done yesterday. Started pouring, and unfortunately, my windows are still not fully sealed. So darken this back up again. That is what I've spent the past little bit of time doing. I have put new beads of insulation along every side, because every side was still leaking. The bottoms were good, they were golden, but the sides were still leaking. I've also just sealed up a few seams around the bus. Seam. The gas area was still leaking a bit, so I've put some new sealant around the edges. You can see it right there. Also, the stop sign was leaking quite a bit, and I put it around the outside at first and it was still leaking, so I took it off and there was like big old gaps inside the stop sign. So make sure your stop sign is sealed up. Just put that in, so that should be drying really nicely. Also put more on this seam because I believe that was leaking, and hopefully we're good. Fingers crossed. I'm feeling good. Now we are going to attempt to change the fuel filters in the bus, because every time it rains I get a water and fuel icon that pops up on the dashboard. I let some of the fuel out through the outlet on the bottom, but it still stays on there. It eventually goes away over a few days, but it can damage the engine, and I don't know when they were last changed, so I've just changed the oil recently, so we're going to change the fuel filters because you're supposed to do those pretty often. So yeah, let's do them. I might add that I'm really not looking forward to this. It's in a weird spot, it's hard to get to, and I don't really enjoy doing big mechanic jobs, but I've done a lot of Googling and I think I know how to do it. We'll see. Thumbs up.
It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy.
Okay, I'm not showing you this so you can take my advice, because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but I didn't find any videos specifically showing the van version of the fuel filter change. Everybody just shows the truck version. So basically, the truck version is awesome because you can access the fuel filter and it's like right here, and you just unscrew the top, put a new one in, boom, do the bottom one, done. For the van slash school bus, unfortunately, I had to take off the front plastic piece, which is right here, so I could then take off this little cover that went over the steering pump, or the steering fluid, and then I also had to take out this section of like air hose that goes from the intake into wherever. That way I can kind of reach my arm around and get to the fuel filter, which is in here, which was really annoying, but it wasn't too many pieces and it was actually really easy. So don't be afraid of this, it's very easy so far. But basically you just then unscrew the cap, which is right on it, and put the new one in. So I'm about to put the new one in right now, and you'll see that on the time lapse, but you put the new one in, you put the new gasket on the cap, and you screw it back in. There is a specific torque setting on it. It's a very low one, so I'm not going to worry about getting out the torque wrench and doing that. I'm just going to make sure it's snug and tight like it was when I opened it. So just kind of feel how hard it was to open it and pull it back to there. Or you can torque it down. It's going to be really hard to fit that in here in this little spot, so I'm just going to tighten it down. Also, everywhere I read said use the Motocraft filters, so that's what I'm doing. They're really cheap on Amazon. They're like 40 bucks. You're supposed to change them every other oil change, so I just changed the oil. I'm going to change the fuel filter so I have a starting base, because I don't know when they were last changed for this bus. So yeah, and my bus, it's a 2006 or 2005 Ford E-350, takes the FD4606 filter. Just Googled it, found out which one I needed. That's all.
I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for
It's working!
It's working! It's working!
calling for it's the unknown, the unknown.
It's the end of the night. Today we spray foamed the roof for insulation. We also went around and resealed all the sides of the windows. We resealed around the gas area. We resealed around the stop sign. And we changed the fuel filters on the bus. I'm pretty happy with that progress. I've been dreading changing the fuel filters. Mechanical stuff really scares me sometimes. I know it does for a lot of people, but really you just gotta go for it, and stuff's gonna happen occasionally. I don't have the money to fix the engine if I messed it up, but really do your research and then just try it. If you get stuck anywhere, there's always people and there's always places to fix it. Really, it's not anything that's ever too hard unless you get into really technical stuff. But changing the fuel filters, you should totally do it yourself. It cost me $44 for the filters, and that's it. That is really it for the night, though, today, guys. Don't forget to leave a like below if you really like this video. It helps me out a lot. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You'll get to see all the updates on the bus. You'll get to see it when it's finished, not in the wrecked state that it is right now. You'll get to see it when the windows no longer leak. That's a dream. That would be a dream come true. But yeah, leave a like down below, subscribe. I also have a link down below to my Instagram where I post other photos of the bus, maybe sometimes more in advance, maybe sometimes not. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode where we're working on more of the bus. See ya. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
This is the end of the vlog.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, good night.
Good night.
Good night, good night vlog.